Hello dear learners, I am Madhuri Kunda from Department of Education, Maharshi Dhyam University, Rohtak. With the greetings of the day, let us start our today's session on qualitative research, ethnography and the case studies. Learning objective of this module are: the learners will be able to know and understand the meaning of qualitative research. They will be able to understand the difference between quantitative and qualitative research. They will be able to understand and explain various types of qualitative research like ethnography, phenomenology, case studies and grounded theory. First, let us start our discussion on qualitative research. Qualitative research takes into account the holistic aspect of a phenomenon and does not analyze into quantifiable components. In order to understand the phenomenon in the particular context, it uses a naturalistic approach based on the phenomenological paradigms. Qualitative approach is considered as less scientific and less rigorous in procedure if it is compared with the quantitative approach. The data in qualitative research may be verbal or some other type of symbolic material. It may include description about the incidences, observation about the people, situations and the events. The data may also be the responses to open-ended questionnaires, first-hand information from the people about their experiences, beliefs, case histories, ideas, or many other type of text in any form. There are some characteristics of qualitative research which makes it different from the quantitative research. First characteristic is, in qualitative research, the real-world situations are studied as much as without any manipulation of variables involved. Naturalistic inquiry is used while conducting the qualitative research. Qualitative research works upon the inductive approach. During the field studies, the collected data facilitates the formulation of hypotheses and the theories, and new dimensions and the interrelationships are identified. Instead of using the predetermined constraints on outcomes, the data are used to generate concepts and theories for understanding the phenomenon. In qualitative research, the whole phenomenon under study is taken as complex system which is far more than its parts put together. Description and exploration of the phenomenon is done in depth. Next is, the phenomenon under study in qualitative research is studied and recorded in the natural settings in which the phenomenon occurs. The variables are neither manipulated nor controlled. Because the behavior of the individuals under study is assumed to be dynamic with respect to the social and cultural aspect, and it is contextual, which can be natural only in natural settings. Next is, in qualitative research, the researcher deals with the qualitative data collected in the natural settings, which may be the description of the events, incidences or the phenomenon and the narration of the experiences of the people. The main emphasis is to explore and understand the phenomena in all its complexity and totality. And the next point is, generally in qualitative research, purposive sampling is used. The researcher maintains direct contact with each unit of the sample. The qualitative data in the form of words, pictures or images is collected by using participant observation, open-ended questionnaires, in-depth interviews, narratives and the field notes. Researchers' own experiences and insights also play a very significant role in the data collection and its interpretation. And while studying the sampling units in the study, unique case orientation is followed, which is based on the philosophy that each case is special and unique. The raw data in qualitative research is organized into logical and meaningful categories, and the data analysis is done in a holistic manner. The emerging report is narrative with a detailed contextual description. In qualitative research, complex and unique data is analyzed through the exploration. This is a type of research that gives findings not built by statistical procedures and other methods of quantification, and with a similar aim of description and exploration, quantitative research uses descriptive statistics, causal description, prediction and generalizations of the finding. In the context of education, the main following types of qualitative research will be discussed in this module. First is ethnography, second is phenomenology, third is case study and the next is grounded theory. First is ethnography. Recently, it is known as naturalistic inquiry or cultural anthropology. The origin of this type of studies is anthropology. It explores and describes the culture of a group because the concept of culture is the pivotal point. It attempts to explore the answers to the questions like what are the cultural characteristics of this group of people. In its earlier applications, ethnography was used to study the cultural characteristics of some tribes who were geographically and culturally isolated. In these studies, cultural characteristics were taken into account like language, marriage, family life, social relations and religious beliefs by using observation as the main technique. As because of the language barrier, the researcher had to rely on the poorly trained informants. This type of practices used to generate erroneous findings and stereotype theories which may not represent the true picture of the phenomenon under study about the particular tribal communities. Gradually, the researchers spent more time with the identified community. Also, researchers have learned the native language of the tribal group. Here, in the field of education, ethnographic method is recently evolved. The primary data collection techniques in ethnographic studies are participant observation and interview with the community members. The strength of the ethnographic studies is that the natural behavior is observed by the researcher himself in real settings, which is not observed in conventional research procedures. However, the element of subjectivity may enter while conducting the participant observation. The particular social structure need to be understood by the researcher in terms of its specific values and traditions. Next is phenomenology. Philosophy is the disciplinary root of phenomenology. It is descriptive study of how people experience a phenomenon. Some specific questions are studied in phenomenology like what are the meaning, structure and essence of lived experience of a particular phenomenon by the people. Live words of the people are sought and interviews are the best techniques to obtain this information in this type of studies. The researchers also researches for commonness in individuals' thinking rather than focusing on uniqueness in a particular individual. The researcher aims to explore the phenomenon to its fullest. All the perspectives related to a phenomenon are viewed by using all the senses. According to the philosophy of phenomenology, any phenomenon is viewed as apodictic, which means they speak for themselves, and for this we as researchers need or prepare to listen. This is done by understanding intentionally and practicing bracketing. Intentionality means all the experiences have both an objective and subjective component. Objective component is called intended object and the subjective component is called intended act. Intended act includes seeing, feeling, hearing, thinking and judging, and the intended object may include the thoughts, sight seen, feeling felt and the words heard and like so on. Bracketing means setting aside all the normal assumptions about the phenomenon. It is about accepting the phenomenon by keeping aside all our subjectivity and biases. The research report in phenomenological research is in narrative form and focuses on rich descriptions of essential characteristics of the experiences in context of phenomenon study. Next type is case study. Case study is conducted to investigate a social unit. The social unit may be an individual or a group of people or an institution. Since the roots of case study is interdisciplinary, many varied concepts and theories are used to explain the case under study. Case study may be classified into three categories. First is intrinsic case study. Main objective to understand the particular of the course. Next is instrumental case study. Some related but general in better way than the case. And third is collective case study. In a single research study, multiple cases are investigated. Multiple techniques of data collection are used like observation, interview and questionnaire. In the end, case study generates comprehensive descriptions of the case. Next type of study under qualitative studies is grounded theories. Sociology is the disciplinary origin of the grounded theory. Grounded theory aims at development of inductive theory, which is grounded directly in the empirical data. Grounded theory generates theories which explain how and why something operates in the same manner as the theories provide explanations about the phenomenon. The orientation to grounded theory was provided at the need to get into the field, to know what is going on, the importance of the theory, grounded in reality to the development of a discipline, the nature of experience and its evolution, the active role of persons in shaping the world, and emphasis on change and process and the variability and the complexity of life, the interrelationship among the conditions, meaning and action, and the need for well thought out systematic set of procedures for both coding and testing hypotheses generated during the procedure. The final report of the grounded theory is the explanation of the theme and the individual studied and the end or crux with the presentation of the grounded theory. So friends, now let us sum up. We discussed throughout this video meaning and concept of qualitative research with the basic distinction between the qualitative and quantitative research. We also discussed various types of qualitative research like ethnography, phenomenology, case studies and grounded theory. Thank you.